You're watching Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks for joining us again. We are joined again by Joe Lyons, a member of the Claremont City Council, and we have spoken about it before, but it's a very contentious issue. Most city councils are hopping mad about the state's all but elimination of redevelopment agencies. For our viewers, tell us exactly what a redevelopment agency does and why cities are so passionate about them.
Well, redevelopment agencies, through state funding, through property tax allocations,
Right.
Allow cities to develop undeveloped areas or to incentivize businesses to come into an area to promote economic and commercial development.
And remedy blight.
And to remedy blight of both the economic and physical kind. And
so what we know is that the state of California had a very significant budget crisis. They've had one for the last 3 years, I should say. And they decided in Sacramento to all but eliminate redevelopment agencies. They wanted to get those funds and siphon them back to Sacramento. But in the 11th hour, they decided to allow cities and counties to keep them open if they paid the state a certain amount of money based upon the size of the redevelopment agency. Has Claremont decided to pay that money?
Yes, we have by a resolution decided to participate in that, meeting the deadlines required by the state to do so, hoping, of course, that the court case that is currently pending will in fact reverse.
Let's talk about that. The California League of Cities brought an action against California claiming that the elimination or all but elimination of redevelopment agencies is unconstitutional. Yep. As you remember, in November of 2010, the voters passed Prop 22, which said that the state could not take local dollars. That's correct. And so the league is saying by all but eliminating redevelopment agencies, they're taking local dollars. Yes. What do you think about that?
I think that one, that position is correct, and two, I think because it is such an obvious violation of that, the intent of, and spirit of that piece of legislation, that we will be successful.
At the same time, if the leak is successful, what we will know is that California will see a gaping hole in its budget the moment that the decision is made, close to $2 billion. Now, I know that you work for a city and you're not in Sacramento, but we're all Californians. And so are you concerned as a Californian that if there is a successful result on the leak side, that we're going to see cuts that maybe not to redevelopment, but to other areas that are important to cities?
And I think that we are already anticipating that based on shortfalls in the economy that were not realized, so that we're at least expectant and anticipatory. I think that unfortunately, and again, this goes to both the federal and state level, that what hasn't been done is adequate revenue generation at both of those levels of government. So.
Well, let's talk about revenue generation, because what we also know is that there was an attempt to extend taxes that had been passed a few years ago. A 2/3 vote was needed, and the governor was not able to get 2/3. The Republican members of the legislature refused to vote in favor of the tax extensions. If you need 2/3 vote to pass tax extensions, increases, whatever you want to call them, how do you see California generating more revenue?
I don't.
So what does that mean for us?
I think that until that issue is addressed, that we will be in a position where in my opinion, a minority, whether it be Democrat or Republican, is essentially capable of paralyzing the state on many issues.
As you know, the voters also passed in 2010 a proposition that allows the budget to be passed with a majority vote instead of 2/3. Do you think it's time for voters to reconsider that issue as it relates to taxes?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wished they had done it at the time.
Well, there you have it. His name is Joe Lyons. He is a member of the Claremont City Council. If you'd like to watch more editions of Local Edition, you can go to Time Warner Cable's Video on Demand and then that's Channel 1, then Local, and then My Government. I'm Brad Pomerance. Back to HLN.